crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Let's go, defense. Out top. Let's go.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 42. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Barker. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's got it. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready up. Mike's both. Here we go. Watch the eye.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 9. Jim.
2nd and 10. He finds his man Johnson. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. 44. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hey, watch it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
Come on, set. 8, read. Check. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 37. Go.
To throw on 2nd down, Schaefer. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right, number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw again on second down. Wentz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Looking long for Westbrook. This is intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready? 44 mark. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cleveland Farrell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schaefer, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Set 30 base. Here we go, T. Here I come. Big grip.
To throw on 2nd down. Schaefer. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long.
We got double up.
From the gun, Schaefer. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Jaguars. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Schaefer going for the deep ball. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Wentz now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. He was brought down by Kamu Brugier-Hill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Big stop, let's go. 82.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw on second down. Schaefer. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And all the way inside the Oakland 20, into the red zone. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Back to throw. Schaefer. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
At the 39-yard line.
To throw on second down. Schaefer. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down. Schaefer. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Johnson, the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They fake the give. Now Wentz. The open man is Westbrook. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
First down, Jaguars.
Wentz now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Ready, break.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right,
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards on the ground. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Switch!
And to give this time to the tailback. Fighting through, and he's got space. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. From the 31, Wentz. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, 69 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
On first down, Bernard. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And to give this time to the tailback. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike Bobo. Come on. Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. 5.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Check 43.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
SOS.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you. But for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He completes it to Westbrook. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barker. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Ready? Let's go, D. Back.
Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance. He's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Cleveland Farrell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Looking to throw. Schaefer. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too in the NFL. They're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. 2nd and 11. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange.
And he's going to be, and I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Throwing on 3rd and long. Schaefer, it's caught. Smith. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. To throw on 3rd down. Schaefer. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Got an open man. It's Burnett. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Go! At their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 3rd down, Schaefer. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On 4th down, Schaefer. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Coming to you,
Wentz to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
81, 81. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. I got one. Hey, orbit. Other side, solid. 94 is the mark. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. 94 is the mark.
Now Wentz. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
61, matchbox,
Throwing his Wentz. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who have them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man,